Question.
In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smiling. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouting. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. This is your girl, Reese, a.k.a. the best that ever did it, a.k.a. Mama Diesel. And I'm saying Mama Diesel today because today is a great day. It's Wellness Wednesday. We got special guests in the building today.
What?
Yes, and I got my girl, Michelle Pucciarelli, riding with me today. And today is my son's birthday.
But wait, do you know who else's birthday it is today? I saw it on Facebook.
Who?
Our girl Bernice.
Bernice Smith today is today?
I just
thought it was Tuesday.
Am I a day late and $1 short? Because, did Facebook just show me something that was wrong? Are these algorithms fucking me up again? Let me look. Hang on, because I reshared her shit. No, she said 1 hour ago. I would like to thank everyone for the love on my birthday. 50 feels blessed.
So, I think that was yesterday, the other day.
She said, okay, well, then I'm a day late and $1 short. And she only posted it 1 hour ago.
Let me introduce our guest. We got special guests in the building. Trayvon.
Woo!
Trayvon, come on in and say good morning to everybody.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Introduce yourself, baby.
Okay, well, I'm Trayvon. I'm 29 years old. I've been living in Virginia most of my life. Just recently moved to Maryland over the last 2 years. I'm in the area, exploring the area and seeing what Maryland has to offer. Even though it's just across the bridge, right across Woodrow Wilson Bridge, I've noticed that it's a different energy here. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that living here compared to just visiting or stopping by a friend's house or whatever I may be doing would be as different as it is. But I've been blessed to run into some beautiful people. Miss Reese being one of them, Miss Michelle being another, Miss Kim, the owner of Bar 210, where we actually have our fun. Those that tune in, those that know what they know to tune in on Tuesday and come in and show some love. So that's what I've been doing. That's how I came across these two wonderful ladies. So that's my story. Yes, I'm working to be a business owner. So I've done some neighbors' homes and stuff in my area, but I do carpet cleaning. So that's one thing that I'm trying to take with me. Just recently got blessed with a new job at Amazon. Though I've heard some things about it, I'm still going in level-headed and clear-minded. So I'm feeling good. I'm actually out in the sun. I'm actually out at the park. Nobody's out here. I'm by myself. So I'm just sitting and enjoying myself this morning.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it is we are blessed to be able to spend this morning together. And we got a few minutes to talk, Trayvon, before we started this show. And what did I say to you about working for Amazon? You got the Oprah of the capitalist online capitalism world where Jeff Bezos is now going, you get a dildo, you get a dildo, you get a dildo,
get one, you get one. This is the world of everything being on demand. I've never being young enough to remember the first laptops and the first cell phones and having pagers and having telephone booths. So being young enough to catch that, but to be old enough to see how everything, including somebody you never met in your life, is now walking up to your door. Not just a delivery person, but you actually have somebody, working to get your groceries and things now at times, which can kind of be a setback. But we're in a whole different world now. This is a whole different time.
No, it's a whole new world. And you make me want to vomit because you're making me feel like I'm a fucking dinosaur and about to be extinct. I'm just a woman.
But my thing is, this is what I would say to you, and this is what I say to any woman that says, anyone, but especially women that say anything about their age or how long they've made it. I've known people in high school, not that I've been wrapped up into a type of people that are, that carry a certain lifestyle or that they're a certain way, but I've known people that didn't make it out of high school, that passed away. So to be 29, to be 54 or 25 or 28 or whatever it is that you made it to, that's a blessing. I give it to those who survived and didn't take the easy way out or didn't succumb to life, because and I'll say this on the morning show, I don't have anything to hide. Though I'm kind of in a situation where I'm not homeless. I'm still walking to my home to do things that I need to do, like wash clothes and stuff like that. But I'm out here at the moment, so I'm in a golden spot. And I'm so surprised at this age that my mind is as clear as it is, because I would think in a situation like that, I've never been out in the street. I've never been out, I've never, and I say that humbly, let it be clear that I'm saying that in a humble manner, that I've never been out in the streets before. I've never wondered where my meal is going to come from. And I'm not in that position now. I'm still,
You're killing me. We met you, and you're just a patron of Bar 210, hanging out with us on Tuesday night and Kim. And you seem like right now to me, Althea, I could be mistaken, and this is just one white woman's opinion, but he sounds like a very enlightened man. I've been listening to you talk. I've been letting you talk, and I'm just sitting here listening, taking it all in.
Yes, and out of respect for Ms. Reese, I don't want to take over the conversation or anything like that, so I'm trying to, stay in my zone and just, speak and engage with you guys without taking over but yes, you have to, I've always been aware. I've always been in tune. I put Pisces under my little thing, so just anybody who's watching or whatever can kind of get a feel of maybe where, what I'm talking about, where it could be coming from. But I
have a question. I don't mean to cut you off, but I do have a question, because I am wondering, where is all this coming from? You said you're how old?
I'm 29. I just turned 29 February 20th.
I'm 45, about to be 46, and I'm just still, I feel like I'm still growing up.
Yeah, and you never will. Because I still feel 17, 18. Yeah. I still feel that age, and I'm glad I'm still, I'm glad that I like with my eating and everything, I feel my age still. So I'm not at the point yet where I don't really have any. I'm blessed enough to not have any aches and pains or any. I'm actually good. And the clarity, going to your question, let me answer that before I start trailing off, because I tend to do that sometimes. I've always been in tune. I've always been aware and always paid attention. People lose their lives early if they're not aware of the moves that they're making.
Yes.
Listen to yourself. Your body tells you, just as well as you might need to go to the doctor's office, you're going to get that pain in your side. You're going to get your knees going to start bothering you. Your eyes going to start hurting, because your body's going to tell you what you need to do. Something's not right. Same with your environment. So I just pick and choose wisely. I feel like I was naturally just born with it, to be honest.
You know what it is? You know what I bet it is? You use more than 10% of your brain? Yes. I bet you use more than 10% of your brain. You're actually taking the time to think before you open your mouth. And you're just not a stream of consciousness with words. You're sitting there, you're thinking, you're taking it all in. You're listening to other people talk. And yes, my friend, you are a chatty man. But you're a chatty man with a message. with the message that you allow people to have a conversation with you.
Yes.
And
yes,
I don't,
I do.
and again, you and I, this is what's dangerous out there. This is what's dangerous. I don't know who else may be popping on today, but if anybody else pops on today, we're definitely going over an hour. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, we definitely are.
But it'll be a good hour. It'll be a great hour.
My phone is fully charged. I'm here with y'all. Y'all can hear me. I can hear y'all clearly. We're all in the clear. So
you know what?
You can take it as long as you want to. You know,
I just want to show you all one thing. I feel fully charged because every morning, my friend from high school, and we were acquaintances in high school.
Yes.
And then thanks to Facebook, we're friends.
Yes.
And when I had a seizure last year, she told me to get this book. And it's called Melanie Beattie, Journey to the Heart. Wait, listen to this, Tron. Journey to the Heart, Daily Meditations on the Path to Freeing Your Soul. And I've been reading this book every day since I got it last May. And every day, you want to hear this? Every day when I open this book and I read it in the morning, it's doing this to me.
Yeah, I know. But I'm glad that you're open to, because you have people that will read something just as well as go to church and get the word, get the message, and not take it home with them. So I'm down for anybody who's, trying to read and expand on who they are and what they're doing in this world. So look, power to you.
No, it's truth. It's truth. Because again, I grew up Catholic and I went to church with my mother, who falls asleep during the mass. She's falling asleep. I had to wake her up when we had a kneel. And, I said to her, I said, Mom, why don't you come? Because I feel like the church is going to cave in on me every time I step in. So, but I love God. I believe there is something bigger out there than me. I believe there's a divine spirit, the universe, the spaghetti monster, whatever the hell you want to call it. Maybe it's Robin Williams or Joan Rivers. I don't know,
Two people that I both love. I actually love both of them. Actually,
and again, I actually found a church thanks to one of my friends that's called Unity, of all names, like the Rick James song, Unity. And it's in DC and out in Fairfax. And when I walked in, and I even had my daughter Kennedy with me, who wears boys' clothes, yes, but she was born a girl. And the pastor that was there that day was there with his husband. And as soon as he saw us walk in and we were wearing, I think, our pride stuff, they immediately came over to my daughter Kennedy and said hello and made her she felt so welcome that when we were sitting there, she put a little head on my shoulder and she fell asleep. She woke up and she was like, hey.
Yeah. That's a play. That's a peace of mind. The same thing with somebody. If somebody can't fall asleep in the car while you're driving, they're not comfortable with you. Their environment is not same thing. So I'm all for it.
She never falls asleep in the car with me. She just talks the entire ride, and then we call who Slicky Woo Boo, and he always wants to tell Mama on us.
Right.
DJ Slicky Woo Boo. Okay, we did enough chit chat and introduction in the beginning. Okay, let's get on with the show. It's that time. The topic today is Wellness Wednesday, but I want to concentrate and talk about, are we well if we decide to take the books out of school? The libraries are closing down, people. And while Molly get our first video up about the library closing, let me see.
Man,
I think he got it up. And he's ready. Watch this video, y'all.
All right.
The superintendent here says the Spotsylvania school budget is being attacked from two sides, with the possibility of less money coming from both the county and the state. But a lot of people showed up here to say no matter how bad it is, cutting libraries can't be the answer.
Some have argued this district has been headed in the wrong direction for months. Monday night, the Spotsylvania County School Board meeting seemed to take an even more contentious turn. The district is facing the potential of a more than $20 million budget shortfall, about 5% of its overall budget. Monday night, Superintendent Mark Taylor gave the board a list of possible cuts to close the budget gap, including laying off all 63 librarians and closing the libraries.
I'm angry that this is even a consideration.
Librarians and parents showed up to say these cuts go too far. Taylor is new on the job and was hired without any education background and close ties to the then board chair.
Clearly, we have a superintendent with an agenda.
Who is going to be there to teach them the skills that they need to have to research materials?
Whole libraries are available on an app that's installable on your phone. They come with research, instructional resources on how to do research.
Librarians would say somebody needs to teach a kid how to use those resources, how to use Google.
Understood. It's also true that in our division, third grade is the year to become tablet literate.
Before he was the superintendent, Taylor was the county supervisor when Spotsylvania County cut school funding.
I was part of that when I worked for the
This guy's an
county.
idiot.
I don't work for the county anymore. I'm trying to help this school division.
All I've got to say is November's going to come pretty quickly, and get rid of the libraries. They're going to have a lot of voters out there.
The board has until May to approve a final budget. In Spotsylvania County, Casey Nolan, WUSA 9.
Now, I bring this up because the superintendent mentioned that this is going to happen across the nation. It's starting with this county in our area, right? And this is an agenda that's getting ready to spread across the nation. To me, if we don't have our libraries to do study and the research to look up stuff, how are we going to know how to take care of ourselves, how to govern ourselves, how to do a lot of stuff? They're rewriting our history now as we speak. Trayvon, this is for your generation and the ones that come under you, baby.
Yes.
They're changing it as we are living
As
and
we're
watching them
speaking.
change things. When they don't want to tell you your history, when they want to take that out, when they don't want to teach systemic racism. Which
Hang on out there. They haven't even told the entire part of history. I don't mean to cut you guys off.
We're
but you know
still
what
trying to find it. We're still trying to find it. Yeah. We're still
you
trying to
will
find
never
it.
know it without libraries. You'll never know where your history is. All you would know is what you see on social media, what you see on footage, and look up in Wikipedia, which we all know that a lot of times Wikipedia is wrong itself.
It can be edited.
Who put the Wick in Wikipedia? Who is putting that information in?
I'm guessing people with a lot of money.
Anybody can.
Yeah, people though who have a lot of money. People who have a lot of money to control the narratives that are being told. It's like by going after the libraries and books, they intentionally want to make people stupider because you can't believe everything that you see and read, especially on social media and the internet. If this is true, then maybe Abraham Lincoln really did have the internet back then, and Al Gore didn't invent it. He's just an attention whore who just made something old new again. I don't know. You can't believe. Again, and what started me on this path of thinking was that at 45 years old, I fucking learned about Juneteenth. And all my Black friends were laughing at me. The fuck?
How many Black friends do you have, Michelle?
You know how many I have out there. Let's not play these games. It's too early in the morning for this shit.
You trying to stir them? All right now.
So Althea knows I'm light and happy and feeling peaceful and free and easy. I really am. Have a great.
This is a beautiful thing.
Last night with my family and my girls, I woke up feeling a little salty, and Althea knows this, but I'm peaceful. I did my reading out of I want to journey into my heart and free my soul because I don't want to end up a bitter woman like I hate to say it, my cunty old mother.
Doing the show.
All right. Now, if I can add to that, Miss Michelle, one thing that scares me, because Ms. Reese actually mentioned my age and kind of directed the conversation to me because it is an attack on.
Slicky. I'm going to send it to you. Calm down.
Is that Slicky? It's too early in the morning.
DJ Slicky Woo Boo is saying that he doesn't see the show and it's not on Facebook. I Kenneth, so he's calling to harass me, y'all.
That's okay. That's okay. That's welcome. More conversation. But what I will say, for someone being 29, like I said, I'm at a certain point where I was able to watch technology change to the first laptops hitting the streets, the first cell phones being put out into the streets. We don't even have Nextel anymore. We don't have the power of being able to communicate and simply send a message walkie-talkie hands-free anymore. So it scares me watching the progression but decline at the same time. Watching that, growing up in the right era to catch all of it, it does make me nervous. The fact that they're getting rid of libraries and they don't have any initiatives more. They barely even have after-school programs, let alone any tutoring anymore. Not only are the parents younger. I mean, my mom was 17 when she had me. You know, I'm 29. She's 17 years older than me.
Oh, she's out living her best life now, isn't she?
Oh, now look, now the sun shines for her as it should. I'm blessed to have a sister behind her. So when we're speaking on generations and how they're going to come up with, and how they're coming across their knowledge, you're not finding the majority of what you're discussing, the majority of the research that you're doing is not going to come off of the internet.
No, it comes from people. It comes from people that are older than you with some experience. But you got to keep in mind, those older people are our parents and our grandparents. Then, thanks to therapy, I know that they haven't been taking care of their brains. They haven't been doing the things to be positive. They only focus on the negativity of life. And I have a question. I have a follow-up question for you. Do you remember AOL?
Yeah, I do. I had dial-up and all of that.
Get off the phone. I'm trying to dial up to the internet.
Oh yes, I've had dial-up. Yep. I had dial-up on my e-machine. My first computer I got for Christmas was I know. I remember the Dell, the e-machine. Hey, I had a MacBook, the Mac, the Snowball Mac, and the Mac with the colors on it. Like it was just the big square, big rounded off, colorful. You know, they came in like red, blue, and stuff. But to watch the technology change and watch us socially decline, I haven't seen anyone with a book recently. So I'm glad that you even brought up a book in her morning show, because people don't read anymore. I try to have conversations with people in the same environment that I'm often at the park in Bryan's Road. They can't hold conversations about anything when it comes to building, when it comes to residual income. I'm not able to have these conversations. So, Ms. Reese, I actually want to thank you and say that I appreciate you bringing me on to something like this, because I don't have abilities to be able to express myself or talk about anything that's going to do anything positive or push any of us forward, let alone combining ideas together. You know,
you're sharing your experience, and I think I heard you say, you know, life hasn't always been easy for you. I mean, you hit a couple of bumps, but from what I'm listening to you talk and all the words that are coming out of your mouth, are nothing but positive.
Yeah, because that's how. Because I'm not, and people do say that a lot, but I don't have any reason to complain. I mean, I've always been blessed my whole life. No matter, you might not like how certain things are lining up for you, but you have to. I've always been the person to take everything for exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Don't try to make it what you want it to be.
No.
Don't try to give reasons why it is the way it is. Take it for what it is and see what you can actually do with it. Whether you got to dispose of it or, you know, people here reason for season. Reason, you know, here for a reason, here for a season.
We were saying that last night when we were driving home. And I feel like everyone in the world needs to watch that movie, because everybody's hearts have gotten a little cold and frozen. And we all need to do like a flash mob dance going, let it go, stop being a fucking complete asshole. Just let it go. Let it be.
Let it go.
The Beatles will be better because that's for the boomers. They'll understand that. Let it be.
Yes, but I want people to hold on to books. I want people to still read. Going back to the subject, so we don't trail off too far. I read every day.
Yeah. We need to bring back Reading Rainbow.
Well, have you got this book yet?
What book is that? Can I see? Raise that cover up for me.
Come on, girl. Be shameless. Be shameless. Do your thing.
No, I have not. But that I can look up, and because we still have libraries existing, because we have one available down the street, I utilize that. So that's something I can look up or go to Barnes & Noble online. I'm glad that we still have those.
It is in Barnes and Nobles. It's on Amazon.
Yo, you know
You can go to Kmart to get it. Did you see the book?
Althea, he knows
Hey,
the author.
look, I might be dropping off y'all y'all packages soon. You never know. I might be sliding by, dropping off your new book. You never know.
I got the book. I'm telling everybody to go out to get this book.
Oh no, I'm gonna check it out. But I'm saying for people like Miss Michelle, people that don't have them, I might be somebody delivering that package. So
she got a book. She got because I'm the author of the book.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh wow. I never knew that. You didn't tell me that in comedy. I didn't know that. Wow.
That's what I was saying.
Okay.
You know now the author who wrote that book.
Wow, though. And it's like to see you raise it up and it showed that beautiful cover like that. I'm looking at the tornado, look like a storm or whatever in it.
Baby's
that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. That's awesome.
Shades of Blue. And it's about life and everything. Sometimes we weather the storm. Sometimes the roads are beautiful, and life is beautiful. Then all of a sudden it rains, it pours. It's the tornado, it's the hurricanes. Can you navigate through those murky waters?
Storms.
That's where
there's storms.
That's where your wellness come in. Your mental health controls your physical health. Some of us stress out so much that it makes our bodies collapse.
Oh, not only that, we create our own internal storm within our head that then, wait for it, my girl Althea, that manifests then out into your body. So people who have, let's say, back pain or somebody who can't see well, like my actual sister Althea, she was under so much stress from her job. And I called you one Sunday, I had to take her to I had to call 911 on my sister and take her to the ER because she threw out her back. But, was sitting at the ER. She relaxes. And miracles of miracles, she can walk up and pee again.
Yeah.
She needed, sometimes tension is the tension. And what happened to Carolyn, the tension in her body just focalized and localized in one spot. And it manifests itself that way, and it releases. Some people get
tension comes out in all kinds of ways.
Abscess, and not only with a bad diet or unhealthy diet, but they get abscess or stuff like that. It's stress. And stress, and the doctor would tell you when you stress, it will always attack the weakest part of your body.
Oh, like what happened to you, your mouth and your tooth that you had to get pulled.
Oh, when all this swelled.
Because girl, are you not stressed? Are you not stressed? You telling me you're not stressed out at all?
That didn't come from being stressed. That came from not going back to the dentist during COVID and get that cavity filled. That's what that came
understood. Yeah, understood.
But what happened? The tooth broke in my mouth because of stress. I was grinding my teeth.
Yes.
And when you sleep,
and that can hurt. That can hurt.
Yeah, and it messed up my jaw and everything so bad that when the dentist was doing my mouth, in order for her to get the bite, she had to move my bottom teeth like that.
Come on, keep it good. Positive energy.
That is positive. It's positive.
I know
that I want, and I got
to show off your mouth. I know that.
Something else.
But it's positivity and acknowledging. You're acknowledging what you should have done and why it is the way it is. So that part is still okay. She's not really,
responsibility. You got to own what a lot of times we cause our own storms. Not knowing. And we got to take responsibility of, the storm is coming. Let me put the umbrella up.
Yes.
But that's because we caused it. Don't mean we can't seek cover from it.
Yes.
Don't mean we can't go get our protection from it.
Yeah.
So what? We caused the storm. Okay, did you live through it? You get through it, and you go on to another day. That's all part of mental health and collecting and all of that good stuff.
I think your mindset, and I don't want to say this to sound like I'm trying to be philosophical because I'm not, but your mind, in that case, the way you said it, I would say when you're building yourself, you're building a bigger shelter for those storms, because when you're going through something, it doesn't, for instance, how I have as much as I have going on at the moment, when I said I'm shining, that the sun is still out here, I'm still smiling, I'm still moving forward. And Miss Michelle commented that I'm still smiling. Well, that's because I've mentally built a better shelter for myself for those storms, because you know, sometimes your own dealings, things that you like, how you acknowledge like what you could have done with your teeth. That's the same thing. So building, you know, being sure of yourself and building yourself, that's how you build a better structure for that when you're going through those times.
And just to interject out there, so you know, and Molly knows, I shared the link with a few of our friends and told them to pop on, so we may have some visitors joining us. But you know, you know what, Trevon, that's the irony in COVID. We know when you walk into a room, a smile brightens it, and now motherfuckers covered it up. Cover it up. Cover it up. Keep it covered. Nobody wants to be happy. Fuck you and happiness. We just all want to be right. Nobody wants to get sick. Right?
But yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
No, I want to be happy and healthy. And we all know that health is wealth. Because like my boy KC, Dr. Kenneth Clark said earlier, what good is having all the money in the world if you're not healthy enough to spend to enjoy your money?
Yes.
So health is definitely wealth. Marlene, good
I
morning.
know that's right. I know that's right.
That's my favorite famous producer. I say
I can't
my
do
favorite.
it.
And my
But
favorite.
why do you think Spock was always walking around going, live long and prosper? I can only stick up my middle finger really well, but live long and prosper, everyone. Live long and prosper.
Well, let's say good morning to Molly Moore. He jumped in. Molly, you want to say good morning to the people this morning?
I've been in here. I ain't jumping.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The next video ready to get played. You just can't see. Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
For
Good
some
morning.
reason,
Welcome.
they can't find it live, so I'm sending it out to everybody. They hit me looking for it, so just
that's
cool.
cool.
I like what
that's
you
cool.
said, though, brother. As long as the sun's shining, that's all that matters for real.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. What you gonna do sitting here? What would I do if I'm sitting here at the park by myself, soaking up my own negative energy? I wouldn't. You wouldn't. You got to keep your mind clear. That's all I can say on it. You got to keep your mind clear.
It's a beautiful day in our neighborhood. The sun is shining.
Yeah.
The pest guy showed up and he's killing everything for me. I'm like, kill them all. Kill all the insects in my life, please.
You know, I'm happy because 30 years ago, talking about some labor. I was in labor for 3 days 30 years ago to pop out my little nugget. And let me tell y'all, let me share. This is personal growth. I'm gonna share a personal moment with me and my son.
Okay.
We have, like every good relationship, you have good days, bad days, good days, bad days. And by my health being what it is, put a strain on our relationship because that forced him to jump out there maybe a little quicker than he wanted to help his mom and do stuff like that. You know, when I became ill. Like I said, we have our good days and bad days. So I'm thinking like, okay, let's do something for your birthday. What do you want to do for your birthday? I said, Terry, what is it that you want? What can I give you for your birthday? And he said, Mom, you don't need to give me anything. I have everything that I need. I said, okay, well, not to need. What do you want? He said, Mom, I'm working now. And if I want something, I can work and go get it myself. I want him to keep that damn attitude for the rest of his life because that's what you got to do, have that go-getter attitude. And it brought tears to my eyes. I said, well, son, that's part of growing up and he's maturing and I see it right in front of my eyes because it used to be a time when I used to be like, you just don't get it, you just don't get it, and back and forth at each other. But I see the growth.
Thank you.
I see it, and I'm so thankful. We have our good days.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't have their good days and bad days? My sister and I, my sister lives with me, Trevon. I think Reese free, so I'll be quick.
That's okay.
But you know, my sister and I lived together. We had a massive blow up. We didn't talk to one another for a week. And you know, after a week, we just needed a timeout. You know, go to a timeout, go to your separate corners, take care of yourself, clear your head. And my sister and I, guess what, everyone? We're fine. We're fine. We're sitting and laughing and making fun of our parents again. Because that's how you roll with your friends who, you know, you don't get a choice to choose your family, but you do have a choice to choose your friends. And if you choose to make your family who you grow up with, who have the same childhood traumas as you, and you acknowledge that, you know, and you acknowledge we all have trauma, you can be friends. I feel you can be friends with your family because quite frankly, there are people in my family Yeah, I don't think I need to finish that sentence.
If I can make one comment to you, Ms. Reese, before I let you continue, the way, you know how someone can say something or someone can say nothing rather, and they say everything if you visually observe them. Now, what I'm saying is when you filled in the things that I didn't know. You filled in everything that I didn't know about your timeline with your son, because you light up when you behind the smile. You light up. You kind of sit up a little bit when you say and mention him, because you did it like 3 times. I don't know if you noticed. If you can play this back later, but you kind of brought your shoulders up when you mentioned him. So that says the support and the love that's there.
Titties a little bit.
That shows the love that's there. Yeah, it's a subtle thing, but you can pick it up. Yeah.
And everyone's so quiet this morning. Good morning, Slicky. I see that you've joined us, and Kim, and of course our boy Molly and Kenneth. Yeah. I mean, we have so much love in the room today.
And I want to thank Molly and Slicky, especially Slicky Woo Boo, for because they used to tell me, Reese, leave that boy alone. Reese, stop getting on here. Reese, you know, you had to have other men to see what you were doing to another man, because I didn't, see that mother stuff. Slicky, Slicky and Tyree formed a bond, and we called him Uncle. And Molly is like my other son. He was like, "What's up?" Ty is so quiet and reserved with his stuff. He's a gentle giant. He's quiet, right? But
he is so quiet.
Yeah, and I'm the total opposite. He's been down the bar 210 before. He stays in a corner or he sits and say nothing to nobody.
Which is okay, though. That's okay.
They have a wall.
So
is he home? Is he home?
Yeah, he's home today. So Slicky and Molly were always, because I was like, well, what am I going to do? Molly said, leave him alone, chill out, stop calling his name. Molly says this, DJ Slicky, leave that boy alone. Racy, stop calling his name. Stop it. Stop it. Slicky yells at me like he the daddy. And he always wants to
I know.
But it's funny to me because
they're like my brothers. I got a little brother and I got a big brother. And they help me fill the gap in between. Because Molly is knowledgeable as heck. He's one of the younger ones that's enlightened. He is my little brother, but he's Tyree big uncle. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. DJ Slicky Woo Boo is my big brother, and he think he everybody fault.
Mm-hmm.
He's
taking on everyone's problems. What is he? Now, Teresa in a wheelchair? I love you, Slicky. Don't tell Mama.
One thing that I would say, if you don't mind, I don't want to interrupt you, but one thing I would say to comment off of that, being a young man, young black man especially, you guys watch the news, you guys know what's going on out here. Not even just sticking on the same subject of police brutality or whatever you may expect me to bring up, but speaking on the love that I can get from females in my family, how things are going. There's nothing to a young man like another male figure telling them how to navigate in this world. A woman is going to come from a place where she can do everything. For instance, I'm put out of my house, but I'm not out of my house. I'm always going to have an attachment to that. Your mother, your aunt, your cousins, your sisters, your grandmothers are always going to have. They're going to be on your back. They're going to do whatever they can do, to emotionally or mentally try to get you to see what you need to do. But there's nothing like a man telling another man like how he needs to step in the world. So, so speaking on what you're talking about, going to the subject of what you were talking about with your son, I understand what people are saying, get off his back. But I also understand not having that male figure and women having to step in to be the place of the uncles, the grandfathers, the cousins, the brothers. So it's like you have to like kind of pick your place. You got to stay in it, because the second that it got taken away from me and I stopped hearing why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Even at this age, as responsible as I am, it made me, it was something that I missed. So still stay on,
Just one thing that again, that's Althea's only son. That's a baby. So, yes. I mean, her intentions are coming from a place of love and concern, because I'm 45 years old. And my mother, when she was talking to my father, we were FaceTime, and she's like, oh, Jerry, look at our daughter. She's going to be 46 this year, and she still behaves like she's 10. And I'm the baby in the family. Althea, I don't have any accomplishments under my belt. I mean, I own a home. I have a good job.
That's one. That's number one. That's number one.
I
Yeah.
have friends. I have Althea in my life. You know, what
Your
could possibly go
daughters.
wrong at this point?
Yeah.
Everyone's going
Right. Your children. Your children.
Oh, my children are wonderful. When
Your
they're
children's
not
going to be your legacy. That's really
assholes.
what's going to be who
Good
you leave
Lord.
behind. Your
Exactly.
girls, how you raise them, how you groom them, how you teach them to be free thinkers and
Yes.
not so much about the agenda or put in that box.
Yes.
Your children is going to be, that's your legacy, baby.
Yeah.
That's who you're going to leave, your next generation. And trust me, whatever you teach your girls, they're going to teach it to their children. So that's why we want to give our children good fruit. That's why we want to pour in goodness to them. So that cup can run over.
Oh, absolutely.
But,
And if
you know, sometimes we pour some dirt in the water, you know, but that's just life.
That is life.
Good
That
or
is
wash
life.
it out.
We get dirty. You know, life is messy. And if you're someone who bought into the Whitney Houston song, I believe the children are our future, as a parent. And again, some parents become parents younger than others. Some become parents older. I feel the wisdom you get when you're an older parent, you remember, hey, I'm a role model. My actions speak louder than my words. So children, like my children, are deaf and hard of hearing. I can say all the words in the world to them, but they are watching my actions. My words don't mean, I'm sorry, a fucking
That's a
thing.
powerful way to say that. That's
You know,
a
my
powerful way to
words
say that.
don't mean a fucking, your actions, everything, my children, everything that I say, because my parents used to say, do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So now
Oh,
I
yeah.
have kids, and now
Oh, yeah.
I have kids that cannot hear. I have children that cannot hear me. So now every action every step I take in life, you know, my actions have to back up my words. Because if I'm saying all these glowing things and I'm still acting like a complete asshole, all my actions backing up my words.
Indeed. Now I have a question for the both of you, because you were actually starting to touch on it before I even asked you the question, but I wanted to ask you, and let's do like and this is an energy, consider this an energy exchange from someone that's 29 being to someone, to parents that are older, being to have existed and lived through everything history-wise, all the technology changes, all these opportunities that have came, especially existing after COVID, all these innovative ways of making money, residual income, building wealth. How do you guys feel as parents? I mean, there are a lot of opportunities now that didn't exist, so it kind of may make things a little easier. But how do you guys feel as children in today's time? Because I would be terrified. I can't, for people that I see around me, especially my age, that are having children, and I'm like, how could you? Like, you know, everything is skyrocketed. You know, eggs are like $8, $10, whatever they are right now. You know, the most basic thing. So how do you two feel as parents? It's a question for you both, but how do you feel as parents trying to, especially still instill, like going off of what Ms. Reese was saying, trying to still instill, you know, life and wisdom and stuff into your kids? How do y'all feel as parents right now, like just dealing with this world and having children out there?
Go ahead, Michelle.
No, I'll be here. It's your son's birthday. You can go.
Yeah, it is your son's birthday. Shout out to your son. Shout out to him
You can
on
go
his birthday.
first.
Yeah, this is your show. This is your show. Let's remember that. Yeah.
I feel that every generation has its challenges, okay? Because
Yes,
when I was born to a teenage mom too. My mom was only 14 when she had me.
Okay.
And I guess if somebody was asked her the same question, because back then it was a different time, but it was still inflation. It was still hard, and segregation just hit. So you will have to ask, well, how does she feel bringing a child into this world where it has all of these different racial challenges and nuances?
Yes.
You know, every generation is going to face something. And I guess that never stops. And you what you do, you buckle down, you grind your teeth, and you get to work. If you decide to bear children and bring children in this world, that's a big responsibility.
Yes, it is.
As soon as that life enters you, you're going to be responsible for the vessel for bringing another human. And if you decide that you're going to do that, you should love that vessel or that life that you bring into the world with all of your heart.
Yes.
Because you decided to do that. It's not like going to a clothes store, buying a pair of jeans, and say, I don't like how they fit, and bringing it back and returning it.
Right.
It's not like that.
Understood.
Not that type of purchase. You know,
Understood.
and you have to be unselfish. You can't be selfish with your life. Like some people still want to go out, live their life party, and say, screw the kids. If you're going to be responsible to bring them here, be responsible to see them through their journey.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's all.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I love that, and I agree with everything you said. And to take a note out of my therapist's book, she hasn't written a book yet, but she will. But one thing that we talked about a lot, because my children, I walked out on my family in 2016 because I was more worried about my drinking and myself than my children.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting Mother of the Year anytime soon. I know that, but she had told me, and this is what really has changed my perspective of being a parent and even being a human being. My children have to feel, it's my job to make my child feel loved, safe, valued, and secure, And the one thing that I'm realizing about this world that we are now living in, that my children are facing a very, very steep uphill battle, and they're not even, pardon this, I hate to say it, but they're not even Black. They're Italian and Irish, and they're girls. They're girls. So what I'm recognizing is discrimination and racism is very much alive and real in the country. The only thing that's valued in worship is the color green, which is money. And when you don't have money, you don't have power, you don't have a voice. And the saddest part of it all is that the show Hoarders, that we don't like hoarders. And these 1%ers are fucking hoarders, making their life better. Thanks, Jeff Bezos. You're now getting everything around the world, causing climate change to get worse. But hey, we're all getting our dildos the next day.
Well, one thing I would like to ask too behind that question, this is also it's an open question for both of y'all. Why is it that, and obviously certain things in life you realize you're not going to know until you know. Some things you can't be told. Some things you're just not going to take heed to. It just got to hit you. But why at the same time do you think people not? And I'm speaking on those. When I'm saying this, I'm thinking about, even though no one's here, I'm looking at the park and I'm thinking about the people that I would see visually sitting around the tables. That one that I know is pregnant with twins at the moment, is in a situation where you're out here just as well as I am, out on the streets, and you're having children. So why is it that people don't take heed in the power of creating life? Like, why is it just so casual, like young or not? Because I'm not somebody out there in the streets. I don't have skeletons in my closet. It's not a whole bunch of this and that going on with me. I don't, So why is it that people don't look at their lives, especially what they're dealing with? Why is sex and creating life so casual when it's such a complicated and complex thing, and it stays with you for the rest of your existence?
This is a hard question, but I have an
I'm going to throw that back on his generation, because that's what I see a lot of in your generation. So that question goes to you, Trayvon.
Yeah.
Why? Why is
you
it?
You can't answer a question. No, Trayvon, don't let this bitch get out of it. No, you can't. Why you think, no, that's not allowed. Look at her trying to get out and answer the
generation. Because when I look around, everybody that's in my age group are stable mentally and parenting, doing what they need to do. But why is it that your generation, the children that's coming along now?
Wait, can I answer? Can I answer Trayvon's?
Yeah.
Can I answer Trayvon's question before?
Okay, you answer it, and I'll get my response.
Because I know I'm gonna forget it soon. But I think, to answer your question, I think it's very simple. Mistakes happen, because that's what my mother told me and my sister. Mistakes happen, and sometimes people either don't want to take responsibility and accountability for their mistakes, and they see, like, my parents saw us more as an obligation. We had everything we needed, but did we get the kind of love that we wanted?
Yeah, I understand that. I definitely understand that.
But everybody's not a mistake. I see just as many people wanting and planning children. There is just as many people out there just partying, like, oops.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of feel like some people have children because they think they're going to get that love back from the child that they can't get from other people.
The motive behind the intent, yes, that makes sense. Now, to answer Ms. Reese's question, watching these, and I can say it as an outsider for a few reasons. Not only do I not have children, but I have made no mistakes in my life that I regret. I don't have anything that I consider a mistake because I really think about it too critically before I actually make it, because I hate to mess up. So I really don't have anything in my life that I really done that I regret or that steered me wrong. But nor am I perfect, so I'm not even putting that energy out there. But one thing I will say is that it is a motive. incentive. That's not the right word. I'm sorry. It's a goal. It's a determination by a lot of different powers over the average person, like the 1%. Some of those that can make the effective changes. We're in the process right now of eliminating all sense of family structure. And I say that because my grandmother and everyone before her was married. Oftentimes you weren't, it was shunned upon, obviously, to be pregnant with child without being married. The family structure, one thing I stick on is like these benefits, what they call benefits. I've looked up rules and laws and bills that people have changed, like as far as presidents and Congress and all of that, things that they voted on. And when you really look up a bill and you really look up what it entails, a lot of this is set up to, if you want to take this money, because you have this child and you need this resource, if you want to take on this money, then you need to eliminate the dad out of the situation. Once we started the culture of, when we started the baby mother culture, that's popular right now for my era. We call it the baby mother culture, which is the women that want to get pregnant by rappers just because the notoriety, the status, the value of a relationship with this social media stuff. You can thumb through your next selection, the next person you want in your bedroom. You can thumb through online, and that's the sickest thing that I've ever seen.
Yes.
Amen. And I would love for actually Miss Kim to have some type of thing for older couples, like maybe some jazz nights or something like that can actually make, because I love that she did the wine and the sip and paint. I love that she does a comedy night, things like that. But we lack places to go be social. Everyone is so closed off. So it's an array of things. I can't even answer that. I want to wrap it up quickly so I'm not talking too long, but I can't even simply say that because it's a lot of factors that go into what it is right now. But those factors were put out there because it was already determined that this is the effect that it's going to have on the environment and the people. And so it's a lot of attacks on us as people, but the value of a relationship is dead. I would love to be in 29 in a relationship because I know what I have to bring to the table. I know that I want to be married one day. That's my goal. I would love to be married. I would have already been married and already been in the financial position and mental position because you have to have that. If you're not there mentally, but a lot of these people are hurt. A lot of these people out in the streets, they aren't right. The fact that they don't talk, especially being a black male, that whole emotion, and I feel, I'm depressed and I feel sad. Oh, suck it up. That, and you do need to suck it up as a man. You do need to, toughen up. You do need to, take certain things on your back and just walk with it. But the culture that we're in, like I said, the baby mother culture, the get over it culture, the that's not my problem culture that we're in right now, all of those factors are playing together.
It's not a simple. No, it's not a simple answer. It sounds like a you problem kind of a thing. Yeah, that's that kind of the attitude people have now. That sounds like a you problem. Yeah. And again, the irony in it all, the irony is that I think, and I don't want to be negative and bring the show down, but the whole pandemic, the one downside to it all is it actually made people scared to be around one another. It made people scared to say hello and smile at one another. Yeah. And this world is a tough enough place.
When I speak to people and people look at you like you gave them, I'm not going to do it on the show, but the middle finger, people will look at you like you gave them the middle finger and you're just saying hello. And I even had my aunt ask me, why do you speak to everybody? Well, why not? I'm not asking for your social security number. I'm not asking for you to join this program. I'm not asking for you to sign up for Verizon. I'm saying hello. What happened to hello? What happened to speaking? What happened to, I don't like walking across someone. If I connect eyes with you, if you obviously somebody looks down, they're walking or trying to look down at their phone, I'm not going to give them that. But when your head is up at a certain level and I have the ability to make eye contact with you, if I do, there's nothing wrong with waving your hand. That has blessed me so much. And I'm not going to I'm going to turn it back over to you, Ms. Reese, but I just want to say that has blessed me so much by simply speaking. I've had so many doors open to me by just saying hello and genuinely meaning it. And, so I'm going to turn it back over to you, Ms. Reese, but as far as answering your question, it's a whole bunch of factors that go into play with this. It's not just one thing that you can put your eye on, because it was a mission since when you mentioned segregation, that was our problem. We should have spent more time trying to fight for our own before we got integrated, quote unquote. But the family structure and the power behind the family structure is what people wanted to deter from. People wanted to take us away from. That's what it is.
And I love it. I love it.
We're getting to the end, the close of our time, but I want to invite you back, son.
Oh yes, man. Okay, I'm down for it. I love talking to y'all. Yeah.
Tomorrow is Tall Tale Thursday.
Okay.
Would you like to come on tomorrow?
I would love to come on. You know I'm there with it.
We see something.
We always talk about the agenda. And
Yes.
part of the agenda to destroy the nucleus of tearing down the family.
Yes. Yes.
And you hit on everything that we've always talked about. You should
Yes.
also check out the Tom Moe Show. My
That I
brother
do.
Molly,
Yeah.
Miss Janet Tomo, all of them, they fabulous. And
Yeah.
Dr. Purpose is going to be on there today. Watch that today with me. I'm gonna send you the link.
Okay, I was gonna say just send me the links.
They really hit good stuff as well. That's my is that my brother's show? That's my brother Molly. He produced.
Might as well claim it. Go ahead. Yeah.
Molly's super producer.
That I do that. I thank you for having me on here in the first place, to even share your platform, let me talk and let us talk. And, you know, I'm glad to share that with y'all. Because, you know, I see y'all at Bar 210, so it ain't nothing. I'm there for my comedians, so it's not like I'm new to seeing y'all. So it's easy to interact with y'all, obviously. But I appreciate you for having me on. Because I enjoyed myself. Yeah.
Anytime you want to come on, honey, just say, you know, I want to come on. I want to talk today. I do this 5 days a week, and I use this platform to have fun, to enlighten people, bring awareness, to dive into the culture. So if you will, you know, because what is it? When the young people, you got to listen to the young people, and the young people got to listen to the old people.
Yes.
That is called.
And again, Reese, I think you're the perfect spokesperson to speak about the culture, because who better than a Black disabled woman who's an author with a lot of experience?
You're right. I'm a lot of things. I'm a Black, and a lot of people don't know I'm disabled. I'm physically impaired and visually impaired, but it's okay because my mouth still works. And this is Shades of Blue.
And it still do what it do. Yes, it does.
Do what it do.
Shades of Blue.
Published. This
Yeah.
is the author. Y'all see the author.
And I'll tell you, said I can reach that on Amazon. Tell them again while you're still on the line. Tell them again the places that you can find it from. You said Barnes & Noble. You said Amazon. You mentioned those two.
Noble books. I mean, you can find this anywhere. You can even go to. You can download it as well. You can go to your Apple store and download
so I can ebook it. I can ebook it on my phone.
Yes, it's ebook. It's
available on all platforms. When we're on Bar 210 on Tuesday night.
And we're working on audio.
Yeah, that's one thing I would, like she was saying, that's one thing I would suggest too. For those that, you know, it's comedy night, you don't want to bring something that's supposed to be like kind of enlightening or mind opening. You don't want to really intermingle that with comedy too much. But shoot, I'm down for it. You know, if not personally, just giving you cash for whatever your book, you know, whatever you're selling your book for when you come to comedy night, and I'm over there.
Or make a joke about you being an author.
Yeah.
Or make a joke about you being an author and tie your book into it there, Buttercup.
Yeah, but it's
I love the movement. I'm excited to read your book. I'm excited to read the book.
But you can go online and read like up to chapter 3. When they say browse and review the book, you can get a brief synopsis of it right there. You know, so.
Nah, I'm supportive enough and in tune enough of what you two are like to want to just buy the book flat out. I don't need a sneak peek. I want it fresh because I don't want to get all enticed into it or whatever it may be. I don't need a preview. I don't need to peek in real quick. I'm gonna buy your book. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Well, it's time for us to get out of here. So Trayvon, I'm gonna start with you. Give them something positive to go on until tomorrow, because you're coming back tomorrow, right?
Oh, I'm coming back tomorrow. Yeah, I'll definitely be on tomorrow.
Yes, okay.
Yay.
One thing, I would say as something to take with you for those that have viewed and will continue to view after. I don't know if the podcast you're able to watch later or something like that, but for those that do view or come across, if you step outside and you feel the sun, remember that you're alive.
Amen.
That's enough.
Amen.
I'm gonna leave it with that. I'm not even gonna add to it. That's enough to start your day. You're up, you feel the sun. As y'all see, I got a little teeny perspiration, the skin starting to shine a little bit, but I'm out here and I'm alive to feel it. So I know that there's something that can be done.
Yes.
Michelle?
Well, I think today was a fantastic, great show. And I think if anything, we demonstrated that, you know, some things aren't just simply black and white. Sometimes there's a lot of shades of blue and a lot of rainbows and everything in between. Everything in between. Some
Yeah.
people have nothing in between, and they should have something in between, and they chop it
Yeah.
off. But
Yeah.
we are blessed today to be here with one another and to share such lovingly conversation and good vibes.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I know that's right.
All I got to say is that it's Wellness Wednesday. Take care of your mind, your heart, and your spirit.
And your body.
You know, and Molly, come on in and give us something so we can go out.
Good show, y'all.
Yeah, it was. It actually was.
Man.
It was real smooth too.
Get Trey back on here, man. You welcome anytime. You say be
Thank
back
you.
on tomorrow. Deep brother
Yeah.
right
I will
there.
be back on tomorrow on time too. Yeah.
I'll be
The
here
only thing I would say though is I want y'all to bear with me because I've never been on a podcast before. So the whole like making sure you mute your mic and just step back and allow someone else to talk without trailing too far. So I try to bring it back when I'm talking. I try to bring it back to what the original subject was, but I had fun. I enjoyed myself.
Was this really your first time?
Yeah, I've never been on a podcast. Yeah.
He did great. Shit. I was like, shit, he might as well start hosting. You know, he started saying y'all questions. He kept it going.
That's cool.
Reese ducking questions.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. Thank you, Molly. I appreciate that. I definitely do. Thank
Tried
you.
to be quiet.
Yeah, happy birthday again to our brother. Slack time before we get out of here. All y'all go share our brother Slack time some love.
Yeah.
DJ
Happy
Slicky,
birthday to
my
him.
man. I should have sent you the link directly. You know you VIP, brother.
Yeah.
And
That's
we
cool.
back here tomorrow, same time as always, 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Y'all tune in to my sister Reese Reed.
Yes, Reese Reed.
Now, hopefully Trey, man. The lineup is getting better and better, man. Y'all getting deeper and deeper. What's tomorrow anyway? What's the topic for tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Tall Tale Thursdays. You know, when we talk about stuff like, damn, I can't believe that happened, but real stuff. And I'm bringing Trey back because I like his agenda when he's talking about. That's why I say you got to check out the Talmo show as well. That's my sister's show. They come on at 1:00 Monday through Friday.
It's your brother's show, not your sister's show.
My brother's show. I mean, when I say, you know.
We got sisters on the show as well, but check us out, man. We on there at 1:00. We get deep, man. Especially on Wednesday, we got Dr. P and Janice in there. So, and you always welcome. Reese, you know, on Thursdays, man, we get down. So, man, we're gonna talk more after the show. We can go on and on. I see y'all backstage. Good show.
Don't go nowhere.
Indeed.
Peace, everyone.